So today we're gonna be continuing our topic on what are the best settings to use on AutoChess Moba. So last time we talked about what are the best settings to use on the camera and on the control. Now today we're gonna be talking about what are the best settings to use on the support and on the graphics tab. Never mind the voice, it's up to you, it's just for aesthetics. So first up is enemy hero priority. Now there are three choices that has been given to us. So first up is the HP percent, HP value, and then the closest. So first we're gonna be talking about the closest. So closest are, as the name suggests, it will gonna attack the enemy that is closer to you. Now these settings is very useful for all of the melee heroes, because if you want to target the squishy heroes or the enemy heroes that is have a big impact to the game, then you tend to use the closest because you tend to get closer to that enemy. So better choose closest if you use enemy heroes, or if you use melee heroes rather. Next up is HP percent and HP value. Now what are the difference between the two? I think for me, based on my understanding, is HP percent pertains to what are the remaining HP of your enemy. So if they have half HP, then that is their HP percent. If they have full HP, then that is their HP percent. Now HP value on the other hand is means what are the overall HP of the enemy. So if the enemy has 5,000 HP, then that is their HP value. If enemy has 2,000 HP, then that is their HP value. So what are the best thing to choose between these both? So for me, if you are a long range hero, I would tend to use the HP percent option, because sometimes I want to attack the enemies that have lower health percent, and usually of that enemy is those enemies that are squishy, or that enemies that has high damage but less HP. So HP percent is very useful in clash games or in clashes. Now HP value is for me is you can also use this for melee and also on the long range heroes. So just like I've said, we're gonna target enemies based on the life. So I think it will gonna target also the lowest value, or the lowest value HP within the enemy. So if the enemy marksman has the lowest value HP, then you tend to attack that enemy hero first. So it's up to you, but for me, I tend to use HP percent if I am long range, and then closest if I am a melee hero. HP value, it's up to your preference, but I don't usually use HP value because I think my hero will get confused sometimes. And then next up is HP bar displayed above. It's up to your preference, but I rather choose the player and player name to be displayed in the HP above. So for example here, my HP is that yellow line or yellow bar, and then my enemy is up above that bar, so nobody. Or if you want to change it to hero, then you can see Musketkar Brunskin. I think that's the name of Dwarven Sniper in other language. So player name, it's up to your preference what you want to use. Next up is display battle damage. So displayed battle damage, just like the name suggests, it will gonna display what are the damage you've been given to the enemy. So if you're gonna turn this off, let's say I'm gonna put in enemy dummy, and then I will gonna use my basic attack, you will see that there is a 102 red bar there. Let me do it again. You can see there is a 102 bar. That is the display battle damage setting. Now if you will gonna turn it off, you will not see anything. There is no floating red damage or red text, means it is turned off. Now for me, I tend to turn this on because I want to see how much damage does the enemy has given to me, so I can adjust my items on how to approach the enemy. Because if I have a knowledge that they have a higher damage than me, or if they have high damage, they can usually two-shot me or one-shot me, and I tend to build item that is more on defensive, and also I will choose when will be the right time to clash or to attack that enemy. So it's very useful. It is very useful information. And also there are three types of damage. So red one means physical damage, blue ones means magic damage, and the white one will gonna be pure damage, or meaning pure damage neglects the shields. Yeah, so if you are against a tanky heroes, you usually build the items that has pure damage on it. So that's the display battle damage. Now quick tactics replay. I think this one will gonna be shown after you died. You can see a tab in which you have a option to see how did the enemy kill you, what are the skills they've used, and how much damage they've given to you. So this one is also very helpful information because you can also revolve what items you are gonna build in order to neglect that enemy's damage, and also if you want to approach the enemy, or how you can approach the enemy is also you can base it on this quick tactics replay. So it's very important information, better turn that on. And then next up is avatar lock type. So there are two types, fixed and priority. Now the difference between is priority. The first one that you will gonna see on the map is the first one that will the avatar or the logo that we're gonna show. So let's say for example here, you can see here in this circling logo, in this avatar logo, in this circle above the enemy skills. So if you use priority, then enemy heroes will display it inside order by time. So if you first saw a, let's say for example this dummy, then this dummy will gonna show up the avatar first, and then if you will see this next dummy, then this dummy will gonna show second to the avatar list. And then let me just clear. And then next up is the fixed. So fixed is it will just gonna randomly appear, or the avatar will just gonna randomly appear on the above your skill icons. So for me, I just use fixed. It's just my preference, but I rather use fixed because yeah, fixed is they're already arranged by the game, and you can easily click. If you say for example the enemy that you want to kill is on the 4th slot, then you can just easily click the 4th slot because it's already fixed or it's already predetermined by the game. So that is useful in clashes. If you don't have any time to look around the enemy avatars, and just go for the fix and then click in which part or in which slot was the enemy avatar has been placed by the game. So that's it for me. Fix is the better choice. And then battle tips is just battle tips. If you are a beginner, you need this. You turn this on, and I just turned this on because sometimes I tend to forget important details or important basic stuff that is useful to the game. Then usually the game will just gonna feed me that tips, or just gonna give me that battle tips. So that is the best settings to use in the support. So again, enemy hero priority is closest, and HP percent depending if you're melee or in your long range. HP bar displayed, it's up to you. Display battle damage, turn it on. Quick tactics replay, turn it on, because these two are very important in what are the items you will gonna prioritize and how you approach the enemy. And then avatar lock type is also important, just like I've said. And then battle tips, just for reminding you what are the things you need to do. And then last one will gonna be the graphics. So first up is the frame rate per second. So I highly recommend to use 60 FPS because it will give you this smooth look on the game. While if you turn this onto 30, it will have this laggy bit, or has this kind of rough, or doesn't have a smooth texture, doesn't have a smooth display. So as you can see the difference here, my hero looks like it's struggling to walk, but if I'll turn that 60 FPS, it's smooth. But 60 FPS is recommended for stronger phones. If you have a weak phone, then rather than it will give you smoother look or view, it will give you more or less smoother. It is very groggy, like your hero is very lag. Yeah, it's very lag. If you have a weak phone and you choose 60 FPS, it will cause a severe lag or super duper lag. Now if you have a weak phone, then I would just suggest you to to click on 30 FPS because it has less lag. Because if you have a weak phone, then 30 FPS is usually the only frame per second that your phone can handle if you have a weak phone. So if you have a weak phone, 30 FPS. If you have a strong phone, 60 FPS. Next up is this graphics. So there are three choices: smooth, balance, and quality. Now, if I am not streaming, I usually use the smooth balance because along with the 60 FPS, if you use smooth balance, then you will not see a drop of a frame drop or any lag. So I usually choose smooth and then 60 FPS if I am not streaming, because it among all of these choices it will cause less lag. So if you want a less lag gameplay, you can go for smooth. But if you want to have a still a smooth gameplay, and also you can also see a better graphics or your better art style, if you want to see a good graphics and then a smooth gameplay, then go for the balance. Now if you want to just see a very good graphics and also you have a stronger phone, then go for the quality. And if you're streaming, then go for the quality. But weaker phones, I just suggest you go for the smooth or balanced one. But for me, I'll just go for quality because we are recording and I am also streaming. But if I'm not streaming, I'll just go for smooth. I don't care about the graphics. I just care on how to win, or just care how to win. Yeah. Then next up is colorblind mode. Now colorblind mode is, I highly suggest for you to turn this on, so it will gonna turn your health bar into this color yellow. If you're gonna turn it off, it will just gonna go back to green. Now this one is very useful if you are in clashes, because you can easily see your health bar. And then if in the clashes, then you see your health bar or the yellow bar is getting low, then you can just run. But usually if you just turn it off, it will cause confusion, especially if you have a many enemies or the clash is very heavy. So let's say for example in this one, you cannot see your health bar, because enemy health bar and ally health bar is mixed together, and also the name of the enemy above the health bar is also mixed on the equation or in the clash. But if you turn on the colorblind, you can easily see your health bar. So like this, you're doing clash and then you see the yellow health bar is going low, it means that is your health bar, and you can run, you can escape. So better turn on the colorblind mode, especially in clashes. Now vibration and shadow, it's up to your preference, but vibration means every time there is a cue, or I think if you use skills, then the phone will vibrate. If you want that haptic feedback, if you want that like feel game, then go for the vibration. But I'll just turn it off because for me it is annoying. I don't like it. And then shadow also gives if you turn this off, it will cause less lag. If you turn this on, then it will have a more lag if you have a weaker phone. But if you want a better graphics or better view of the game, then turn on the shadow. But for me, I'm just gonna turn it off, so I will not have a super duper laggy game, or I will have a less lag. So I think that's it. That's the graphics that you will gonna use on, and yeah, that's the settings and the graphics that you will gonna use. So if you have weak phone, 30 FPS. If you have strong, 60. If you have weak phone, go for smooth and balance. If you have strong, quality. And then colorblind mode, better turn that on. It's very important in clashes. And then vibration and shadow, vibration is up to you. Shadow, turn this off if you have a weak phone, turn this on if you have a strong phone, and if you want aesthetics in the game. So I think that's it. That's our the part 2, and that's the end of our what are the best settings to use on a game. And I hope there are some other settings that will gonna be added, especially a network boost mode in which you can use Wi-Fi and data all together, so your FPS or your MS will have a lower you will have a lower MS, and you will have a better gameplay and smooth gameplay. So I think that's it for now. I think after the beta test, there are some settings that will gonna be added. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And bye.